Let's get it. I'm just trying to get rich. I can't go where the paper don't flow. I can't hang if you ain't about the dough. Let's get rich. If you stagnant, not worried about no bread, ain't no way that you could get ahead. I'm trying to get rich. Stacking paper, trying to live a better life. I can't be broke, worried about no jewels and ice. Let's get rich. I can't go where the paper don't flow. I can't hang if you ain't about the dough. Let's get rich. If you stagnant, not worried about no bread, ain't no way that you can get ahead. I'm trying to get rich. Stacking paper, trying to live a better life. I can't be broke.
I should have put some ice on it or something. Should have did something. Hello.
Hello, hey y'all.
Right. Is your mic on?
I feel like it's not. It was.
Co-
I feel like it's not anymore.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Thank you, Gary.
Right. Get it right, man.
Get it right. Get it tight.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I didn't say thank you.
LaPree said thank you.
Welcome to another show of Pick a Struggle.
Another show.
Right. And when it came out, I was like, I'm just going to roll with it.
I like how you did that.
Yeah.
My heart was beating.
Right. We're here live at Fishbowl Network at Global Life Park, where all these parking lots are blocked off. They were doing some kind of graduation or something out there.
I'm
Did you
happy to
see
see
it?
these people graduating. These kids need to get
Or
their
at least
graduation.
physically get to walk across the stage or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
They
some
had it all
stage.
set up. It was looking nice, but whoo, I would hate to be outside
Yes.
with them robes and their hat on.
Listen. Email me, text me, or send me a SOS or something. I'm not finna sit out there.
Right. Let's do this on Zoom or
Yeah,
Skype or
yes, we can do
Facebook
that.
message call me or something.
Mhm.
Did y'all graduate and walk across the stage and all that?
Yeah, when I graduated, we had our graduation at the Verizon Theater.
What year you graduating?
Inquiring minds want to know.
I tried to get it.
Right.
One day you're gonna have to tell him your age because he's not gonna stop.
Why?
He just wants to know.
No.
He just, a little nosy,
Because man, you be talking about drinking, and I want to make sure you're of age. You know.
Oh, I am.
That's a good one, Gary. But no, that's not gonna work either.
Just know I'm old enough and young enough at the same time.
There you go. I love it. I did not walk across the stage. No, I didn't.
Cause you was prego.
I was not prego, but I was mamo.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
already had a baby,
Ah.
so I had to cop that GED.
Right.
but
Well, Gary, if you watched the show, you would have known that because we talked about that.
That's
I think we did talk about
Yeah,
this.
we did.
Yeah,
That's
we covered
real.
that.
Yeah, already. Welcome to the late edition.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But how was your weekend, LaPree? Or your week? All of that.
My week was good. Like I say on every show, I went to work and
That's it.
that's pretty much it.
That's it.
I went to work. I need to do more, right?
Yeah.
I don't need to get out.
But there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we just coming up off this quarantine, so everything is still like at medium capacity. You can't just go anywhere and do what you want to do like you used to be
Right.
able to.
I got put out of Taco Bell.
You got to put out Taco Bell.
You got kicked out of
Yeah.
Taco
Forget
Bell.
them. They support
got
Trump. We
kicked
ain't
out
eating
of
there no
Taco
more
Bell.
anyway.
Taco Bell supports Trump.
We ain't
No,
eating there no more.
I was working, and I went to Taco Bell trying to use the restroom while I was out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went, and the door was unlocked, so I walked in and used the restroom, and I came out, they was like, you're not supposed to be in here. I'm like, the door was open.
Right.
So, what you want me to
There
do?
wasn't no sign to say employees out here,
nothing.
nothing.
And he was like, well, you're kind of lucky because the door's supposed to be locked. I was like, well, that's not my fault.
Right.
And he was like, well, you gotta go. I was like, well, I did what I was supposed to do. So
Right.
that
So you went in
Right.
there and blew their bathroom up.
no,
It
no, it was on one,
Right,
just
number
one.
one.
was a number one.
Yeah, no, that type of stuff is like
They
I gotta
deserve
go
it, though.
home.
Even if you did go in there and blow their bathroom up, because
But
they
I
serve the type of
did.
food
I wish
that
I
makes you blow
stop
bathrooms
saying
up.
that.
I'm just saying. If you did go in there and do it, that's what they get.
Yeah,
That's what they
But
get.
yeah, they
That's
support
how I
Donald
feel.
Trump. So
Yeah, they on that Trump campaign.
a lot of companies do that we probably don't even know of, or that
Right.
we do know of, and we still.
Pizza Hut is one of them.
I don't eat.
Wendy's.
Only when I eat Pizza Hut is when I'm drunk at a party and somebody else ordered and
That's
paid
how
for
I
it.
am. I don't
That's
eat
the only
Pizza
when
Hut
I
on
eat Pizza
purpose.
Hut.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's your money, ain't mine.
Right? I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm so hungry, but I want a party. Oh, somebody order pizza. Okay,
I don't even like pizza.
I'll
y'all.
take a
Can y'all believe
slice. Yeah, I was like, you know what you want to eat? You was like, it don't matter, but not pizza.
I
I'm
do
like,
not care for pizza. I'm one of those rare few people that
why?
don't like
What's
pizza.
wrong with pizza?
It's just overrated to me. I mean, it's not like it's nasty. It's just something that I wouldn't choose.
Is it the sauce?
No, it's
Is it
just
the
like
cheese?
The whole concept.
It's just the whole concept of it. I mean, I feel like it's overhyped. Like if somebody said, "What you want to eat?" It's not going to be pizza. Probably be number 35.
See, to me, pizza was like my struggle meals.
Right, and I get, and that might be what it is because,
Yeah.
like when we was little, those frozen pieces, those dollar pieces, those
them
and
Totino's.
you know what?
Totino's pieces.
I stopped buying them when they went up a quarter. I stopped buying them.
Oh, they want
And
$1
then
to
change the
$1.25.
shape to a rectangle.
Right, don't do that to us. Come on now. That's just too much.
First you go up and then you taking away the shapes of it. No,
Right.
So then, what y'all eat on the reg? Since y'all don't do pizza,
water and air.
I'm a chicken girl. I love chicken. I do chicken any kind of way. I love chicken. I can eat chicken every day in different styles, you know, fried, grilled, you know, whatever. But
boiled, baked.
I don't know about a boiled chicken.
Yeah.
Oh well, maybe if I'm making enchiladas or something.
Or chicken.
Yeah.
Some people boil their chicken breast with their chicken spaghetti.
Yeah.
And for chicken salad.
Chicken
So
salad.
stop playing. I don't know why. Talking about some, I don't know nothing about no boiled chicken.
My bad. I forgot.
she tried to stun on
Sorry,
the
yeah,
drink.
I had a small. I forgot. I forget.
Had a relapse of memory.
I'm thinking about chicken you just can eat right away. Like
I would do that with boiled
because
chicken.
You will boil it and eat it.
I would boil it, and if I'm putting it in something else, but I would taste it to make or cut into it, and then be like, okay, I'll just eat this piece. And
I got you. I'm okay, cool.
Because I know you do it too, so I ain't know why
I
you
do that.
Trying to stun on his drink. Yeah, like boiled chicken.
Whatever,
I
girl.
flambe. I just flambe.
And saute my chicken. I don't know what you're talking about.
Saute chicken.
She black like this and not like that.
Yeah.
Depends on the day of the week it is.
Man.
Right? Oh my goodness.
Tell me, what you like? Candace Owens black.
No.
No, we gonna save her for next month.
Yeah,
something.
she at the
I gotta
end.
get my mind right.
Yes, I gotta get my temper
That's
right.
why I was
to talk
telling
about
somebody,
her.
like, why are we still letting her make us mad? Like, we know how.
I know
she
it's not
is.
that making me mad. I don't want to be biased, so
It's
I
not-
want to. And I don't.
For right now, she's not worthy of being part of the conversation. I'll just say
She's
that.
like trash. You know it's there.
Yeah.
You don't really want to deal with it until like later
on. You keep
Like,
putting
till
it
you
off.
gotta take it out.
Yeah. Till it start to
Till it's
stink.
a necessary.
Yeah, it start to overflow and stink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, let me go. And
Like
get that
right
trash
now,
out.
it's not. She's not relevant.
Not
I
for
don't
me.
think so.
Nah.
Especially with everything that's going on. So let's dive into some of the stuff that we was going to talk about before.
Well, how was your week? Besides Taco
Oh,
Bell?
I forgot. Oh, I had a very interesting.
Besides Taco Bell.
What happened?
I caught up with a couple of people because I had called them, was like, you were on my mind, so let's talk, and then we end up having like a whole 2-3 hour conversation.
Okay.
And then I had interactions with other people, and I was like, this is why I don't go out. This is why I kind of stay to myself for the majority of the time, because it was a whole bunch of confusion.
What happened?
Enlighten
That's
us.
gonna take up too much time. This is not what we were here to.
Okay. You don't want to just give
Yeah.
us the tip, a little bit what happened?
She said just the tip.
Just the tip.
The title of your sex tape.
Who told you? I asked him nicely not to share that video. Hard-headed.
Oh, bloody.
I wouldn't even be embarrassed
What
if
the
I made a
hell
sex
was
tape.
that?
It was a little.
Little sound effect.
Listen, I like it. I like
Right,
it.
say something funny.
I like the bomb better. I don't like the glass.
The
You
bomb.
don't like the glass?
Yeah.
Like
Anywho,
bombs. Okay.
but okay, I give you just a tip.
That just makes you angry, don't it? Let's not even do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather not do it if you can't. Anyway.
Girl, anywho.
Yes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
They were kind of working my nerves a little bit, and I was like, this is why I'm not coming over here no more. Not talking to y'all no more.
One of those.
Yeah, and I'm quick to cut people off. I'll write people off like a bad check in a minute.
I am too. I am too, and I think that's a water sign thing because I am trying my hardest not to do that, but it's hard. When somebody make me mad, I just be like, you know what, forget it. I'm walking away. I don't even want to listen to what you got to say. But that's a bad. You shouldn't be. I should not be like doing. I should not do that.
No, because by the time I'm cutting you off, I've already given you so many chances, and I'm like, by the time I'm done, it's like you already had your chances and you keep messing them up, so I'm done.
So when you
That's
say
fine.
so many chances, that mean these are chances
Like
that
you
have
would
been
do
talked about.
You would do something, and I'll tell you about it, and I'll keep coming back, but then you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
I got
and
you.
over.
I got you.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I could sit here by myself.
Anywho.
So of course, obviously, there's still protests going on all around the world, and yeah. And we can't find no solution.
Right.
And I remember when all 4 of the police had been arrested in the George Floyd case. I was like, okay, now what's next? What's going on? What's next on the to-do list?
Right.
Why are we still out here? Why are there still curfews? Why is there so much calamity still going around? And it wasn't until I realized they are now reopening some cases where police were negligent and caused other people's deaths. And so they're reopening the cases and re-examining and just doing it all over again. Mind your business.
Get him, Gary. Get him, because you know your fault off what happened.
Hush.
Get him, Gary.
Right?
Yeah, so they're reopening old cases.
Yeah, they're reopening old cases or re-examining them. And I was like, okay, but then that's good. And then there was the case with that older gentleman. Totally forgot his freaking name. That white guy.
That got pushed.
Yeah, he was in the middle of the protest. He was at the line where the SWAT team or the policemen or whatever were going, and then the police pushed him, and he ends up falling and ends up getting injured. And in the video, you can see blood coming out of his ear or whatever. And then one of the policemen were like, let me go and get him. And the other officer was like, no, just keep walking.
So they busted his head, basically.
Yeah, he ended up getting a concussion.
Man,
Thank goodness he didn't die, because I'm just like, that's the last thing we need.
That's what we don't need, right?
But then we do need it, because now white people, his name was Martin Gugino, something like that. But we kind of do need it, because at first it kind of was a one-sided thing where it was just black people being abused by the police, and now it's on camera that white people go through the same thing too. So hopefully that would get y'all more awake or be more involved in what's going on.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that even if like he had died, and I hate to say it like this, I feel like white people still would have been like, well, he shouldn't have been out there. It's always gonna be that well, he shouldn't have. He was. It wasn't his cause. He was too old. It would have been something so that they can continue to back the blue. What I mean?
But I'm waiting for, because I do listen to certain white media outlets where they're like Trump supporters or they lean more to one way or whatever. I do listen to them, and then when I read a story that pertains to white people, I'm like, okay, what y'all gonna say about this? Are y'all gonna try to twist this up to make it seem like just be all ignorant with it?
Right.
Let me listen to what y'all talking about. But they haven't came out with anything yet. But they were quick to point out George Floyd did this or did that.
Yeah.
And Arbery did this and did that.
I hate how the media twists it. And it's not always the media. Sometimes it's media, but social media can't, they good at digging up stuff. Like they said George Floyd was he did porn.
Star. I was
it's like, who cares at this point?
He dead.
He's dead, and the way he died was unjust.
And it had nothing to do.
It had nothing to do with him trying to feed his family. If he had to, be on camera doing what he
do
did.
some strange for a little piece of change.
For a little change, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's no when you need to feed your family, some people just don't. They feel like there's no limit to that. If I gotta do porn, I'm gonna do porn. Like me personally, I feel like there's always options. But some people like, well, this quick, easy money.
Yeah.
Let me go do this little porn and get some money. So
sometimes you gotta use what you got
to get what you want. So he gotta buy Pampers. He might have to use what he got. You know what I mean? So
right.
I don't shame him. I don't blame him or shame him for that. I feel like that's part of his life, but that's not why we're here. That's why we even talking about that. You know what I mean? That's just crazy. And that makes sense.
Right. And then with the protests, I was saying, like, what's next on the agenda? Like, what are we doing now? Because I don't think through protests or the looting or whatever's going on out there, you might get somewhere, but it's kind of hard to get a broken system to fix itself.
Yeah. The system is running how it was meant to run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And so, like I said in other episodes, we should go back to policing police.
Right.
Watch them and see what they doing. When they pull somebody over, you pull over too and watch this and make sure stuff goes right. It don't matter if they black, white, or like white people say, yellow, polka dot, stripe, Beetlejuice colors. It doesn't matter.
And the thing about that though,
because if we did that, because the cameras are not helping, because
they not.
Whoever is wearing the camera can clearly turn it on and turn it off whenever they want to. So it's like, no, we need some eyes. We need boots on the ground. We need eyes to watch them, to make sure stuff ain't going left.
I think also we need laws to change, because apparently Mr. Derek did not care about a camera being directly on him from another person. So that means that it doesn't really matter. Even if we stop and video or stand around, yell, kick, holler, scream. Even a young man that went into his grandmother's yard and his grandmother was out there saying, don't shoot my baby. We have body cams on. We got other people recording, but you're still going to continue to do what you're going to do, it because you know that you are going to be judged by your peers. Peers meaning that the cops and lawyers and all that, they the one that put judges into office, because most of the time, regular people don't vote for like judges, lawyers, school boards. Right. So they know that it don't matter what I do, I'm going to get off. So basically, I feel like the laws need to be changed where you get judged by not just your peers, but other people that you want can be considered peers. I don't even feel like it's fair. Like a friend of mine brought it up to me recently that when you have when you're about to go to trial, you have like 20 to 30 people, and the lawyers can take away 10 people automatically. So if a white person is about to go on trial, they can take all the blacks out if they want to. Yeah. I didn't know that, and that's like something that needs to be changed. By the fact that I didn't know that, and I'm 39 years old, I'm sure there's other people that don't know that as well.
Well, see, I've seen it on TV when they do TVs and like certain movies when they do the jury selection part of a trial that's part of a movie. Right. They'll sit there and be like, "No, we don't want that one. Yes, we want that one." And I'm just like, that goes on. Okay, well, yeah. It's just weird that a black man is on trial, and yet majority of the people on there are not his peers. They're white people. His peers.
So that means that these white cops or whoever, these white people, whoever is committing the crime, they know that it don't matter if you got that camera on me. I'm gonna get a slap on the wrist and I'm gone, and I'm gonna work in another state.
But then that's when stuff goes left, you go left with them too. Because if people will attack the police the way that the police are attacking an individual, none of this probably wouldn't be happening.
Right. But I mean, and like that too, and then all like this the rioting and the loot and stuff like that, and the pushback that we're giving, the cops or whatever, the government, the system, the man. Like I said last show, this is all learned from them. Yeah, we learned from the best. We learned from them. Just like, what's the man's name that said, "Give me liberty" or "Give me that"? Like, he didn't. Him being a white man.
I hate you asking me that.
He didn't want to be. The British. The British was coming down and they was like, "Listen, we gonna do this. We gonna do that." And they was like, "I'd rather be dead." This is a white man.
Thomas Jefferson.
I'd rather be dead than be up under this. So.
Did you look at it up?
Yes, I'm looking
Thomas Jefferson.
I forget who said that, but you know what I mean. Like,
that's Patrick Henry.
Patrick Henry. Him being a
white man.
What
else did he do?
Some other white people stuff.
Was he in on the Declaration of Independence?
No, I don't think so.
Let's see.
Well, why you
Henry is credited with having swung the balance and convincing the convention to pass a resolution delivering Virginian troops for the Revolutionary War.
That's it? Okay.
But I'm just saying, he did not want to live if he had to live like that. Yeah. And I feel like that's how black people feel right now. We rather push back. We rather put our lives on our lives on the line if we gotta continue to live like this. We rather not live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some black people. So I just feel like we learned it from them. So you can't get mad. You can't tell us that violence is not the way. You can't tell us that rioting and protesting is not the way. When you showed us this is the only way to get what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's
and they've done that multiple times, whether if it was a good cause or a bad cause. White people have been known to be out there.
It always resorted
burning
to some type
down
of war.
stuff, looting, killing.
Right.
He was a founding father with Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, he was.
Okay, that's
And
where I
George
got the two
Washington,
mixed up with.
yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah. But let's get on to some other stuff. The main topic that we were going to talk about was colorism. And all the BS that comes with it. So, first let's define colorism.
Colorism.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at something else outside that kind of caught my attention.
Oh, I'm like, why are you looking at Gary like that?
No, I'm looking at. I'll tell you about it later on what I saw and what I heard a while back. But colorism is basically being prejudiced towards someone based on the shade of color that they are.
Right.
Kind of the same thing as
Skin tone.
racism.
Right. But it's not.
Yeah.
The whole light skin versus dark skin thing in the black
Yeah.
community.
Light skin versus dark skin, good hair versus bad hair. You know, this versus that. It's all that's all
Brown
up under
paper
the
bag test.
yes,
all
up
stuff.
under the colorism umbrella.
Yeah, like colorism is like a prong from the racism umbrella.
It stems from
Yeah, it's a branch of the tree.
Yeah.
And it's all rooted in. I was trying to figure this out because I remember colorism is not only in the United States.
Right.
When it comes to black people, there's colorism in other
parts of the world.
Yeah, I was gonna say countries.
Man, like I heard like
or cultures.
Yeah, like parts of Africa, they be trying to like burn albino people.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's in the islands. It's in South America. It's in
Asia.
India. Yeah, in Asia. China. Yeah, all of Asia.
Yeah, all of Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to be white as snow.
Especially like it's crazy in those like Afro-Latina countries and stuff like Brazil and like Cuba and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like if you're a black Cuban, the like lighter skinned Cubans like make fun of you and cast you out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the bleaching of skin.
Yeah.
That's going on in the Dominican Republic and all that jazz.
That's
and
crazy.
We know that it started. Well, I would say it's more prominent in the United States, and that comes from slavery. But I think colorism has been around for a very long time, maybe before slavery. The only reason I would say that is because that was kind of their way of making sense of why they were enslaving black people.
Explain that a little bit more.
Like we look this way, they look that way. They are inferior to us. They are beneath us.
Okay, I can see that. But would you call that colorism? Because was that other blacks?
I would say it's colorism because I've said on here that we're all one race.
Right.
We're all one race, but I would say that would be the beginning stages of it.
Okay, I got you. Because I don't feel like white people have colorism in their community. I don't feel like I've never heard a white person say, "Oh, he's so."
They do,
but not to the point where they will.
You pink and I'm gray.
It's not to the point where they will like make you feel less than.
10 people were better looking people. According to white people, because to me, white people you look like a raw chicken or a cooked chicken.
Yeah, and it's so weird. They hate on us for the color of our skin, but then they spend millions of dollars tanning their skin.
Yeah, giving themselves cancer just to look darker.
Right.
Because they know it's colorism in white people too.
Wow.
They
but
don't
it's
like
not as
being-
prominent.
Because they do talk about complexion and
being pasty.
being pasty or pale or fair skin or being tan. They do
Gingers.
talk
Oh,
about
they do that. People, they talk about like redheads.
And they talk about gingers. White people, the one who came out saying some gingers ain't got no soul. That's why they so pale.
Gingers, like, man, white people are racist against everybody.
Okay, well, maybe
It's
so.
just hidden.
It might be not as prominent in their community as it is with ours, because our community have went to great lengths to change their skin color besides just tanning, because you can go to the tanning parlor and be in there for 90 minutes and you get the golden brown that you want. We are putting ourselves on the line. We even making our kids believe that being light is white. I mean, being light is right. So I don't know if it's a problem for them like it is for us, because I feel like that when it comes to colorism, it's so many areas of colorism that it's almost hard to even just to define it. Yeah. Because even as babies, like we look at so whenever somebody has a baby, if they want to know what color that baby gonna be, what they look at? The nail beds. They look at the ears. They look at whatever to see what color the scrotum. What color is my baby gonna be? Yeah. Why does that matter? You just know that you had a baby that's healthy.
Well, sometimes it helps to see who the daddy is.
Oh my goodness! But that don't even work, because
because if your baby is like dark, it was
that was him. That
could have been him.
That was Lamont.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Because Lamont is darker than the other guy.
Than Gary. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like super light skinned, but my son is like is a lot darker than I am.
Your son is dark, and that's the thing. That's what I was just about to bring up. You see how I got two kids that are very much light skinned, light complected, and then I got one that's about my color, and then I got one that's a little bit lighter than that. So it don't really matter. And you see their dad. So you got me, who's like regular brown. Is that a thing? Regular brown. And then you got they daddy, who's a little bit lighter brown. And
I thought he was the same color as you.
Is he? He a postman. He work in the sun, but his natural color is a little lighter than me.
Yeah.
But we got kids that are just like all colors of the spectrum. It's like how did that happen? You know what I mean? There ain't no mixing going on between him and I. So.
But just like some of the people in Africa, they be black, and kid come out albino.
Yellow, yeah.
No, girl, albino is not yellow.
I'm talking about but they got kids that come out yellow. Yeah. Albino is
but that's how you know we are the source of life, because we can't, because white can only give off white.
Right. Yeah.
But once you put just a little bit of black, it changes everything.
All the way down to how you talk. I'm just saying. Yeah,
changes everything. But I remember white people used to be racist against their own people.
Yeah.
During slavery and before the mass immigration that happened during after the Civil War, because at first white people did separate themselves about how what country they came from.
Yeah.
Like they had the Irish, Italians, Jews, like all those people lived in ghettos and all the other stuff, and they probably wasn't mixing well with people who were from Britain or
right,
or from France,
right,
black people and poor whites,
and then next thing you know, black people are free. Next thing you know, that's when you get the whole lump of, okay, now all of us is white.
Yeah.
Ain't no you're Italian, you're German, you're Russian. No, we're all just white now.
Right.
But at first, they didn't even like each other.
Right. But they came together for a cause.
Yeah, they came together.
So, what would you say your experience with colorism?
I didn't have any.
Never.
No, cause I was from both ends of the spectrum.
Right.
I've been really black and I've been really light. Right. So it's like for real. When I was a baby, I was light, and then when I got older as a kid, I was brown, and then every summer we go swimming every day. And then we moved to Texas, going swimming every day. I was always in the sun, and so the older I got, the darker I got.
Right.
And so I never had anybody tell me or try to add my color into. I had white people be like, you don't act like other black people. I had that type of thing. But as far as like my own people, my own black people, no, I've never had to experience colorism. Nah, I did participate in it a little bit.
Well, yeah, we taught that. We taught colorism from the top.
But it was just this one chick. This one chick, she was a hoe, and her mama was a hoe, and they were light skinned. And so we would you used to call them hoes. Yeah, that light skinned hoe. And then it wasn't until I got to know them, I was like, oh, y'all really are hoes. So it's not like that we hate you because of your skin color, because you're light skin. Right. No, you just a hoe.
So it's not that you a light skin hoe. You just a regular hoe.
Yeah, you just a regular hoe. It just so happened you are light skin.
Right.
Right. And then I went to school. There was like a couple of white people that went to our school. And then when I moved here, Texas like really diverse. When I was a kid, there was Indians, Africans, Asian. It was a whole bunch of people.
Everybody, a little bit of everybody.
So I never saw that when I moved to Texas. Really, I never saw how, they light skinned. We treat them differently,
right?
Or they're dark skinned, so we treat them differently. Never experienced that. Well, I asked my sister. My sister has been told, "Oh, you're pretty for a black girl."
Black girl. I think women experience it more throughout adolescence, and I think men hear it more as an adult.
Right.
Because I can remember hearing, "Oh, light skinned dudes,
got good hair.
They got good hair." But they not as rough. They not as hard. Like if you want,
they so sensitive.
Yeah, they sensitive.
And
they
that's
cry.
true. That's true.
I won't say it's. The reason why I say it's not true is because I feel like it shouldn't. No, your hardness or how you gonna deal with a situation has nothing to do with your skin color. Like Drake had made a song, and in the song he said, "I might be light skinned, but I'm rough like a dark skin," like something along those lines. Yeah, and it's like, why do you have to say that? You know what I'm saying? If you a man and you know how to stand up for yourself and be a man, it shouldn't have nothing to do with your color.
Right.
Just like we were talking earlier.
Fun of Drake of being so sensitive.
Yeah, they say, oh, he's sensitive, he cry, he sing.
That's what light-skinned dudes do.
Usher sing. I mean, there's plenty of dark-skinned men who sing and are sensitive, but they don't get labeled soft because they are darker. Just like we was talking earlier, we were saying that when you want a leading man in Hollywood, you want a leading man, you're going to get a dark-skinned black man. Yeah. When you want a leading woman, you're going to get a light-skinned white woman, black woman. But when you want a support role, you're gonna get a dark skinned black woman. When you want that flavor,
that's how it was with Martin.
Yeah. Right.
How Gina was the high yellow girl with the big face.
Right. But Pam was Pam
had the attitude.
She gave you attitude.
And it was like that in cartoons with the Brown family.
I even said that like in that movie House Party, how, you know what I'm saying, Tisha Campbell, the light skin, her parents were rich and all that, and then the dark skinned chick, I forgot, Shireen was her name. She lived in the hood.
AJ Johnson.
Where her little brother pouring all that Kool-Aid.
All that sugar in that Kool-Aid. That Kool-Aid look like, ugh.
She was like, my teeth just hurt just looking at it.
But if you think about it, and this is where I hate colorism, because when you think about aesthetics, if you look at what's her name, Shireen in the movie, I forget.
AJ Johnson,
and then you look at Tisha Campbell, and just like if you look at Pam, Sheena Arnold, if you look at aesthetically, I would feel like the darker women, in my opinion,
were better looking.
Yo, Shireen was about it.
That's what I'm
House
saying.
Party,
but real. She didn't get that. She didn't get that starring role because of her skin color, and that's why I said that even white people perpetuate colorism, because when you want to see a strong man, you get that dark man, you get that tall man, but when you want to see a Captain Saver, you get the light skinned man.
But then the other side to that coin, you got people like Tyler Perry, where it's the dark skinned man that's the enemy,
right.
The bad guy, and it's the brown skin or the light skinned dude, where it's like, I like him.
I'm gonna give
you treat me better than my husband, so let me leave him for you.
Even also, like, and just dating, like I've heard people say, or men say, and I feel like a lot of the colorism that women feel comes from men. Because I've heard men say, "Oh, you can treat that dark skinned woman however, but this light skinned woman, you gotta treat her like a princess." I've heard it. Like I even heard it from family members. I'm like, all my brothers and stuff are like brown, dark skinned men, and they always say, "Oh, I'm gonna give me one of them little light skins. I'm gonna do her right." But they baby mamas or the people they choose to have children with are a darker complexion, and they treat them a little bit different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Dang.
And it's like, why you treat her a certain way because she dark or she looks like something that you don't like about yourself. Because I feel like,
but then why even have a baby with her?
Because it's internally, it's something that you desire.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You want that, but at the same time, you feel like
like towards society. You know
what I'm
saying?
Just like black men that get a certain status in life, they graduate from dark skin and they go into light skin.
Eventually white girl.
Yeah, because they go into sections like in college is light skin. When they
the pros,
they go ahead and just jump over the over the line and get them a white woman
over the rainbow and under the bullshit.
Yeah, because it's looked at as you hired to that. You're ready for that next level in life, which is
so weird,
which is crazy. Because I feel like black people, if you look at a black couple and a black couple that's like on the same level and that's unified, they can move mountains if they put their heads together. Because at the end of the day, I feel like black people on some issues are superior, on some even thinking. When you put two strong black people together, they can overcome so much. But when you got this imbalance of can we talk about racism because my wife is white, is she gonna get offended? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get to the next level? Because you always gonna be imbalance. So
the Bible said, well, I don't know exactly.
I was waiting on you to quote the Bible.
But it has something to do with evenly yoked. Yes. Don't get with someone you're not evenly yoked with. And so that means don't get somebody that is not on the same thinking
as you.
As you.
That can't relate to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you just can't. I'm not saying that she can't empathize with you. I'm not saying that he can't empathize with you. If I had a white man and I was talking to him right now about what was going on, he can't be like, oh, I feel your pain. I see where you're coming from. He can just say.
Serena Williams' husband did.
Well, he did, but he didn't. He did. Would he have done that if he wasn't married to her?
Probably not.
That's what I'm saying. So he's doing that just to look a certain way for her because his daughter's black, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But I need you to be a straight up white person and doing stuff like that. Got you a
not
white
just
woman.
Because.
Not because you married to somebody black. Do that because you know that's what's right.
Right.
And the black man or the black woman that you want to fill your position, are they gonna be a black person or are they gonna be a aesthetically black?
Right. Are they gonna be or Rachel Dolezal?
Right. We thought she was black. Her hair was a little curly.
Or Candace Owens.
You know what?
Man.
Anyway.
You brought it up. Nah, I just had to.
But anyway, so Gary, by you being a light-skinned man, and I just want to hear how...
But not just light-skinned, but mixed.
You're mixed. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You're mixed. You're no race. How does
due
colorism...
to me being mixed.
How does colorism affect you?
It's never really, like... stopped any like blessings or like closed any doors really, you know what I'm saying, like that, as far as like in my own community. Nah, I wouldn't say that. I would say like sometimes I feel like being mixed or being light skinned in the black community can be worse, if not just as bad, because it's kind of like catching flack on both sides, because when I'm with my black family, I can never be black enough, I'm just light skinned, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, man, get your high yellow ass away, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've heard that a lot. And then when I'm with my family, they're Hispanic, and when I'm with them, they're like, oh, you're the black kid, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, man, I can't really just solidly identify with one group, you know what I'm saying? And I know y'all see the memes on Facebook, the light skin memes, like this is how light skins check their pizza, and it's always like a dude drop down in the splits or something like that.
Oh, this is how light skinned man look when he wet.
But it's so
even
funny.
all throughout like school, like junior high and high school, and then anytime I try to approach a woman or something like, you light skinned with long hair, nah, you a player, you a pretty boy, nah.
So what was your preference? Because I've heard that light-skinned men or mixed men like darker women because they're because of a certain, I don't know.
Well, no, let's figure out why before we.
Okay.
Because I got an opinion on that too.
Okay.
So let's just say.
Is that why? Well, yeah. Like,
what's your preference? Do you prefer dark-skinned women over
black of the berry, the sweet of the juice? Yeah. Like I've never ever dated or had relations with a non-black woman ever.
Okay, but skin tone.
They've always been, like chocolate or better, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I've shown y'all pictures of my son's mom and like,
no,
nah.
But we know who she is though.
Yeah.
Facebook stalking.
You said you know who she is?
You don't know her.
Yeah, well, we've seen her. We did a little bit of detectiveness.
Heck yeah, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like, they're about yeah, like your color, your color or darker. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's just because I don't know. Maybe it's
is that
like
who you relate
attract.
to the most, or is
because
are they easier? Because I've heard darker skinned women are easier. I've heard that too. I've heard a lot of stuff.
Are you easier?
Man, I feel
it's only on Thursday.
Like
on payday, on early direct deposit day, you easy.
Not.
No, I'm not. I have a lot of standards for myself, and that's
Okay.
That's
I feel like as far as
Right.
toughness wise and attitude wise, I haven't seen any difference between like lighter skinned women and darker skinned women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All y'all got attitudes. No,
on some real stuff. Like we all do.
Yeah,
we all
like
have our
the
times.
attitudes and the temperaments, like all that is pretty much the same and average and everything like that. Honestly. And
I'm glad you said that, Gary, because I'm so tired of, people perpetuating that. Oh, dark skinned women they always working their neck. They always got an attitude. But I have, like I said,
I've
one
encountered
of my
a
best friends
super
is
easy
mixed.
light skinned chick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've encountered a super easy darker skinned chick.
It just depends on that person.
Right.
It's the person.
I don't have a skin tone preference.
But I love chocolate.
To me,
I love
it's
chocolate
stupid.
too. I just love.
To
chocolate.
me, it's stupid because, well, especially since if you ain't had it all. I've had all from white to really black.
I'm easy on.
I'm not really like white.
You gonna ask me what days I'm easy on? You done had it all.
That was back in the day.
Oh, Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors.
38 flavors.
Man.
Because I've had a spectrum of people, so I'm like, I don't have a preference. To me, if we vibe, we vibe.
But when it comes down to those
But
hard
now majority
conversations,
has been dark skin.
majority. But so you would say if you had to pinpoint a preference for yourself, it would be a dark skin.
I won't pinpoint it.
Okay, if it was a row of people and you were attracted to them evenly, which one would it be? Would it be the light skinned man or the dark skinned man?
Knowing me, I'll try all of them before I.
Bro, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We trying everybody. Let me just see what he's talking about first.
Right.
No. I love chocolate. I ain't gonna say I've always liked chocolate, but
But of course, I would like someone who
That
someone
looks
more
like
who
me.
looks like me.
yeah, I want somebody who can relate to me. And when it comes to light skinned men or do this better than a dark skinned man or dark skinned man do this better than that, I wouldn't say that that's true either, because I've had light skinned men who are this way and then that way. Then I've had a darker skinned man who are this way and that way. So it don't really matter as far as the skin tone. It's just really the person. But colorism, I feel like if the black community cannot come together on colorism, we can't come together on racism.
No.
We just can't. Like, we can't be divided here and then together over here.
Right.
We have to be together and united on everything. And we have to just make sure that we all know that we're all love. We're all, at the end of the day, white people don't give a damn if you light skin or dark skin. You black to them.
But it's just coincidentally, majority of the people who have been dying were black people, were dark skinned people by the police.
Yeah, because like I
Man, and
said,
that's
darker skinned men darker skinned men are more of a threat in their eyes. When they see
A threat and a fantasy for some
at
odd
the same
reason.
time, it's like the women desire them more than anything,
And
and then
some
the
of the
men are
men.
scared of the men too. We're not talking about
And that's another struggle of being light skinned, because sometimes in the black community I can't be black enough, or I'm not black enough, or you know what I'm saying, I'm not dark enough to know what it's like, but I still get pulled over just as much, you know what I'm
Right,
saying, like
right.
to these
But
cops.
you were a criminal, so.
but
So-
Because I was first
situation.
profiled.
Yeah.
Because I was first profiled
It's-
as if I was, you know what I'm
It's
saying,
them
just
locks, maybe. I don't know.
That's another thing here. If Gary didn't have locks, let's say he had a low haircut or a fade or something like that, would he be looked at differently? And I feel like that's the thing.
I look at him differently now I know he got locks.
But I'm saying, I'm talking about white people. Like, I'm talking about when you think about colorism. When I see a dark skinned man and he got on a button down and he got a low haircut and he got on maybe some slacks or whatever, I'm gonna say, oh, he a businessman. If I see a dark skinned man, he got locks, he got on a fitted cap, he got on baggy jeans, a baggy shirt, maybe even a do rag, I'm gonna say, oh, he might be.
I'm trying to figure out who that be?
That's my son's mama.
Oh,
Right.
That's a nice filter.
Don't do that.
It is a filter. Am I lying? Anyway,
but do y'all hear? I'm
more confused on how a dude with locks got on a fitty cap.
I'm saying, I wasn't saying they got on both at the same time. I'm saying that even me as a black woman, I'm gonna look at this man, and he could be the one that's a thug, and this guy could be the one that owns 3 businesses. But I'm looking at him, and I'm judging him differently. What you think white people doing?
Yeah,
they judging him even harder than me, because when he walk by me, I'm not gonna clench my purse. I'm not gonna lock my door.
Right.
I'm gonna just say he a thug. I'm just gonna say he a thug and But this man that's walking up in these slacks, I'm be like, oh, he a businessman. He might be able to help me start my business. And it could be the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just think about, if I'm thinking like that as a black woman and part of his community, how you think white people thinking about him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the sad part. That's why I say that we as a community have to get over this colorism.
How do you think we can?
We just have to realize that everybody is a part of our community, whether they
are white people,
whether they are albino, whether they are mixed. One drop rule applies.
That came from racism. We trying to get rid of that. I don't care
if you got 1 drop of black, you part of my community. Because if we want to get over colorism, we have to let we
gotta realize all black people are one.
We have to.
Yeah, I was no matter what we do. Right. I was thinking about.
We have.
Now I can't get that song out of my head.
That's
but
the only way. So we can't keep on fighting for equality as far as everybody
equality
else,
with white people.
And we can't be equality in our own community.
Can't run when the left shoe is tied up and the right one is untied. You can't run like that. We have
to be together. And I feel like if we can't do that, then we gonna always have this problem. We gonna always be saying, we want better, we want equal rights. But what about equal rights within our own at the house? Take her home.
What they said, you can't sweep your own. You can't sweep somebody else's porch, and you ain't swept your own.
Thank you. Get your house in order.
Amen.
That's all it is. I'm sick of you. Something is wrong with him, Gary. Something's wrong with him. But yeah. Oh my goodness. But you know what? By you being a darker complected person, I'm happy to hear that you've never experienced colorism, because I've heard it too. Like your sister. Oh, you cute for a dark skin girl?
Well, my sister's like way darker than me.
But still.
Well, no, I wouldn't even say she's way darker. She she's darker. But I've never seen her like anyway. Like, oh, she's pretty to be dark. I'm just like, she's black.
Yeah.
She's
because she's your sister.
Yeah.
But even in my household, sometimes my brown daughter would say something about my light skinned son. You crying? You acting like a light skin, and he is light skinned. And I always have to be like, look, don't do your brother like that.
Just say he's sensitive.
He crying. Yeah, he crying because he's probably crying because he's 9 or 10.
Around a whole bunch of women.
Yeah, and he around a whole bunch of girls, and we be crying. So
all y'all on the same menstrual.
Right, we synced up. We synced up, so he be on that. I learned from y'all his menstrual.
Right.
On our menstrual. So he be crying too. He wants some chocolate. He want ice cream just like us. But
he sure was eating out the car in the day.
Well, you seen him?
Yeah.
Turn it up.
And then he walked to the kitchen, and I had my hand down. He was like, ain't nothing in there. I'm like, you that bastard, I'm trying to throw it away. I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah. Don't call my baby no fat bastard.
Yeah. No, I didn't call him that. This is just what I'm saying now. His dad was right there. I wasn't finna be disrespectful.
His daddy would probably be like, man.
When he was sitting on the floor eating it, I was just like, boy, this is too far down.
But you know what's crazy is that when I have changed a lot, because when I had Sean, my first son, and he turned brown, I was happy. And he wasn't brown when he first came out, y'all. Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah, my son was super yellow.
Yeah, he was yellow when he first came out.
Who is Chinese baby?
He turned brown after like a month or so. But when Shane didn't turn brown, I was a little disappointed.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie. And that's that's something I had to start trying to change, because I never wanted light-skinned kids.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted kids that looked like me. Even my first daughter, when she didn't get darker, because I kept looking at that nail bed like...
Yeah, because she's so light.
She's yellow. She looked just like me, but she yellow. And it's like, why she yellow? And I had to think about it, like, I know her daddy. it is him. I had to think about it, like, was I doing? I wasn't doing that. No, he was before.
Oh my God, you doing just a little bit too much.
I'm just playing.
But it is crazy. Like my dad, so like he had me with a Hispanic woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I am this color. And then my dad had my younger brother. You know my younger brother
Who?
with a white woman, and he's darker than
Oh,
me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
he's darker.
Lighter than him.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna be rude.
And he's
I would
mixed with
say
white.
dirtier.
Yeah.
Because that's the
too
way.
much.
No, because that's what I. Because sometimes when people who are black and white, sometimes they look dirty. Not saying that they are dirty, but just the complexion is just it's totally different.
Yeah, it's like that
dirty-
white messes up the.
Y'all wrong. Y'all so wrong. So
But
he
no.
look like a dirty chalkboard?
No, like dirty as in like oh my, I don't even know how to put it.
I'm trying to figure out. Like,
I'm gonna show you a picture, and that's what I mean about dirty.
Like it doesn't look like as
Like-
much of a clean as if black mixed with
Clean
something
or
else.
pure, and that's a bad way to put
So
it.
it
But
look like it's rough.
yeah,
Like white shouldn't mix with black. Nah.
you
said it. You
I
said it.
didn't say that.
Yeah,
But it
my
was-
brother.
But I wouldn't say he's darker than you because to me, all light skin, no matter what, they just light to me.
Yeah, but there's different levels of light skin though.
And then that's where I go the dirty
Yeah.
to clean,
I
or
don't
dirty to light skin.
understand that.
Trust me,
Please enlighten me.
right? Because I remember I had a teacher. She, I want to say she was mixed, but I don't know. She was light skinned, had brown hair, and had freckles. But to me, I was like, she looks dirty.
Was it because of the freckles?
It was just her skin complexion. It was pretty, but I don't know why dirty was just coming into my head about it.
And man, and even when you're considered light skin, it's different degrees and variations of that.
Yeah, different
So
types of
complex.
light skin or brown skin.
Gary,
It's just
comment
weird.
On, Facebook.
What happened? Who commented? I know. I'm gonna start cussing Gary out. For real, for real. Who commented? Do you not see it?
Says, at what point do y'all ever notice the individual and not the stereotype?
Who said that?
Vaughn said that.
Von
and the thing
Smith.
about it is that it's a stereotype, but it's not us that's just noticing it. It's being perpetuated.
But see, but
every
that's
time.
that's what I was saying
It's
that
not
I
like
won't
we're doing
pick.
this on purpose.
That's what I was saying. I won't pick a color. If we're vibing, we just vibing.
I get that. But
No, I'm talking about that's to respond to something. Looking at the individual and not the stereotype.
Right. And I don't feel like it's just like a stereotype. It's like it's something that it is a stereotype, but it's also something that we are being taught as babies. Just like I said, when we little,
I don't know, because
we being taught that.
some of the stuff I say about light skinned people is only because I've dealt with light skinned people or I dealt with dark skinned people.
But when we know that it was a difference between us if we didn't hear that at the house.
No, because I always knew we were black.
That's what I'm saying.
But I would tell a light skinned dude, you sensitive.
But what I'm saying is that if we hadn't been taught that from the house, would we even be talking about it?
That talk didn't even go on in our house.
So your mama or your daddy never said
No,
anything about
because my dad is chocolate, dark skinned. My mom's light skinned.
So it was just based on personal experience.
Just
You've
personal
seen
experience.
Light
All the
skins
time.
are
Yeah,
sensitive.
like light skinned to white dudes. If I hit them and they bruise easily, I'm like, you so sensitive.
I mean, that's like physically though. I'm talking about
Or
like,
if-
emotionally
or-
and stuff.
Well, let me finish. And then when I'm talking to them, it be the light skinned ones that get caught up in their feelings just a little bit more often than when it came to dark skinned dudes and women.
I feel like I've dealt with more dark skinned people in my life as far as like family members all across the board, family members, friends, dating, romantic or whatever, and dark men cry just as much.
Tell them,
Man, I'm just saying because my brothers be crying they ass off and they dark.
And I ain't gonna
I'm like, boy, if you don't quit all that,
I ain't gonna negate
what I'm
your
saying.
experience. What I experienced was
Okay, I
mine,
got
and
you.
what you experienced is yours.
that's true. That's
So
true.
what I be saying, it ain't me mirroring or echoing what I learned in the street or what we see on TV and stuff. This is just what I saw.
Yeah.
And I'm just commenting on what I saw and what I've seen and what I've dealt with.
Right. But it is a stereotype, and we do need to change the narrative of that. We need to teach our children. I don't every time, and I know we got to wrap it up, but every time my kids say something that's pertaining to light skin, dark skin, boop boop boop, I always try to correct it. Now, I ain't gonna say I did before, but I do now because I don't want. I'm trying to bridge that gap.
Yeah,
we all one. And when they look at us, they looking at us as black.
Yeah.
So that's my final say on that.
Right. So don't forget, you guys, we do have a Facebook page where we upload our videos called Pick a Struggle Show. And I upload these on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, which is Dre Day All Day Every Day. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Can we go out now? Or?
And thank you, Von Smith, for your comment and watching every week.
Right. Thank you. We really do appreciate him or her.
Him. Don't do that.
No, because I've met girls named Vaughn.
I know a female Vaughn.
Okay, but this one's not. Anyway.
Oh, do you know Mr. Vaughn?
Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
See, you should never open your mouth.
Just the tip.
Shut up. You get on my nerves. I swear. He get on my nerves.
How much longer we got? Can we go out now? Do we need to go out now or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Thank y'all. Bye.